Hey everybody, JD Temple from the Light of the Darkness. What's up? It's a little crazy this morning. It's a little early. Sitting out front here of the Church's Chicken. Let's see if you can get this special. They got a 3-piece special for $4.49, people. I ain't eating that shit. I'm not eating any creatures. And you know, the price of eating creatures has gone way up, in case you haven't noticed. You know, there's a high price to pay in more than one way. But this video is not about that. This video is about a lot of things. First and foremost, a lot of things that me and Mothra talk about. You know, a lot of things that her and I talk about, I get on here and talk about. So yeah, she's very involved in it. And a lot of these things that I'm coming to realize are things that she's coming to realize and things that we're realizing together. And it's really, man, it's been hard. Holy crap, it has been hard. Her and I have been going through some shit. And man, but like all for like a greater good, man. Like, holy crap, man, I am like coming to so many realizations. And man, too, I want to give a shout out to people that are out here in the community that are really waking up and spreading some amazing fucking messages. And one of those people is Tila Petrova. Yeah, I see what she's doing and I see where she's going, and she's got a great message, and you people should take heed to it. And like I just, I'm loving, all of my all of my like sacred plant medicine brothers and sisters out there that know what's up now. Yeah, y'all know what's up now, don't you? Yes, you do. I've been trying to tell you all for like the last 3 or 4 years. You got to do it. You have to. Like, it really, if it's calling to you, if the sacrament is calling to you, and when I talk about the sacrament, I think that you all know what I'm talking about. There's 2 different varieties of it, of a 3-letter word, and then one is also another 3-letter word. It could be Aya, and then the other one is I don't know. I don't even want to say it anymore because I know I kind of messed up last week with kind of going a little bit overboard with that, and was a little disrespectful and to the sacrament, and I did not mean to be. That wasn't my intention, and I'm sorry. To everyone, I am. There's a lot of things happening in this world right now, especially like people that are involved in magic and the occult. You can see it now, don't you? Did you feel this last new moon? Like, did you feel how powerful it was? Well, you know what? You may not have. And for all of you that are struggling out there to make these things happen for yourself, to like sense and see spirits, to like feel the energy of the new moon, to feel the energy of crystals, to like be able to talk and be guided by spirits, you have to get this physical world out of you as much as possible. And like, what does that mean? The food, and all of the other bullshit like bad drugs and things of that nature, alcohol, things like that. That's what's stopping you. That's what's preventing you. Straight up. You just do those things and you see what happens, and you'll see, and you'll be like, thanks, JD, thank you. You need to get out of your own way and like, hear me, please. If you want to stop struggling, all you have to do is get the shittiness of the physical world out of you. You got to detach from this physical reality a little bit. And how do you do that? By getting the processed junky crud poison that you've been poisoning yourself with every day out. And then in my humble opinion, I don't know why, but you got to stop eating creatures. It makes a fucking difference, man. Like, I'm telling you, those of you that have watched me for the however many years and things, you know what I used to be like. You saw me then, now you see me now, right? Okay. All right, so the divine feminine aspect is demanding to be placed back in its rightful position. And this world has created huge shadows in so many different ways, and we all know that. And it's destroying each and every single one of us, to some degree or another, like both like on a personal level and on a grander scale. And so I'm going to talk about something really fucking hard again here right now, because I was a little confused. Some of the things, I mean, they still remain true. However, I can see now, though, that it can and will stop once we stop. So I'm gonna talk about something difficult here, okay? So when I was talking about Lilith and like going through abuse and all that when you work with her and things, like, I wasn't in no way trying to condone abuse or trying to like make an excuse for my actions and shit. Like, I'm not at all. I'm guilty and I fucked up and I'm owning it, and it's true. You know, circumstances surround things, yes, but like, I am taking responsibility, and this is really fucking important, okay? So years ago, with my first wife, right around the same time that Lilith came to me, which was like the first spirit really that ever came to me. Like, she came to get me. And like, when this happened, I had 2 owls that all of a sudden just mysteriously appeared on the property. They were there. I was going through all this stuff, having all these experiences, like succubus type experiences and things. And like, at that time too, though, I started to like get this like rage inside of me that like was never there before. And that like a rage that I wanted to be able to like conjure up and use if I needed to, because like prior to this time I was a fucking big pussy dude, like huge. Like, I could not get upset if I needed to, and it was like proper for me to. I couldn't even like muster that up. You know, I was just a real fucking pushover pussy, bad. So something came into my life at that time that, I don't know, you know, it's like almost, I guess I was, something inside of me probably going back to my mother and my father, and like, I think that I'm really mad at my mom. You know, I really do. I think that I'm mad at my mom, and I do remember now that my dad did hurt my mom, and I remember that, and like, he like twisted her finger and like almost like, I'm not gonna say like almost ripped her finger off, but like some pretty fucked up shit happened. And I remember that, and I saw that, and I had fucking blocked that whole shit out. And so fast forward into life. So when like Lilith comes on the scene, and I don't know it's her, I'm just having all these crazy experiences. Like, this is what led me to my path. You know, the spirits came for me. And they're just like they're gonna come for many of you. She came for Mothra too. And there's a reason. But okay, so that happened. So I hurt my first wife a little bit, and you just have no idea, and I had no idea, like, what that does to you. Like, things happen, and like, you know, your actions, like, you think that you can like deal with things and that you're like okay with it and stuff, you know, and yet you're not. It's not on your mind, you're not thinking about it. Like, you have no idea the monster inside it's been created. And especially like, if you don't deal with it and you continue to allow these things to happen, what that is creating inside of you, like literally a ginormous shadow entity that will enter a room before you even do, that will like have an influence over, and an energetic force, and like that can like actually like change the way that people feel in the environment, the way they look at you and feel about you, all of these things. And like, I had no idea, man. So we're moving forward in time, okay? I come to like one of my other relationships, you know, prior to this one, that I feel fucking horribly about the way that I acted. I know I was, no excuse, I was fucking just going through a rough time. And so many things, like, so that second relationship, so then I ended up, hurting that person too. And the things that led up to that, it's like I was blaming, putting blame on like everybody else, of course, like we normally do. We're always looking for like these outside sources of like our own bullshit, right? And usually in many cases we are projecting and you just can't see it. So in my third relationship, there's problems, there's issues in the house, we're having tensions, things are happening that is like we're all confused and it's all crazy, and it's been happening for a while, and I'm like, what the fuck, and like I'm trying to like look around and like blame everybody else, and like, and like it would come to like a boiling fucking point, and then of course I'd fucking lose control and lash out, bow, bow. Again, another one, and it's like I have no idea. Every time this happens, I'm feeding that monster. I was hurting myself. I was like literally like creating all of these problems in my life and like not even realizing that the source of them was coming from right in here, based on what I had done and my inability to recognize it, to assimilate it into myself, and to like acclimate it, and to deal with it and move on. I was just carrying it around, having no idea, carrying around a secret, carrying around a terrible action, one that I perpetuated over and over and over again. And like, dude, just hear me now and think about these things. Like, how does that apply to you in your life? And like, what are the monsters that you're feeding? And what are the monsters that you're feeding that maybe you're unaware of? Like, you've got to look at your life. You've got to look at your life. Because there are things in there that are causing major problems that you're not aware of exactly. Can't put your finger on just what it is. And you're probably blaming a lot of other people. And the spirits always take that finger and they turn it right back around. Always. And I just could not see it. I could not see, like, the energy that I was wearing. I was wearing that. And it was not pretty. And it was gross. And it was like tearing me apart inside. And I had no idea. Had no idea. So, what do I need to do now? I know now what I have been doing, what I have been causing. So many things based on the actions that I had taken a couple of times in the past. Like, literally was ruling my entire life. That thing, that secret, that dirty little fucking secret of something that I had done that I could not even like bring myself to bring to the forefront of my consciousness to process and deal with, because I was so ashamed and so overwhelmed and so like, what the fuck, how could I have done that and let that happen? And I just tried to push it aside and just look straight forward and just keep walking. But I know now, like, I can't run from it anymore. Like, it has become a savage beast that will either consume me or be dealt with. And thank goodness, like, that shadow has been brought to the light. Finally. And just because now I know, that doesn't really mean much of anything, does it? Unless I do something about it. And yes, what am I going to do? Therapy. And just, being consciously aware. Look, man, right now, people, it's important to have gratitude. It is important to express gratitude. It's important to feel gratitude. If you want more of something, you got to have gratitude. If you need something, you got to have gratitude. If you want love from other people, you've got to have gratitude for them and show them that you love them too. Just remember that this world is a two-way street, people. As above, so below, and all that stuff. So you have to do your part in all things. And you can, and it's not a problem. Next time, on the next video, I will get into energetic cords and removing them and that kind of thing. I know I talked about that last week. We're going to get into that, but we're also going to get into some other things. Like I said, the divine feminine aspect is coming back. I do feel that very quite possibly that there's connections. I know I've already talked about Jesus and Lucifer connection, but there is another connection between Lilith and Mary Magdalene. I have no doubt about that. And I'm going to be talking about that very soon. And what does that all mean? We'll see. But thank you all so much. Love you. And please like and subscribe. Check me out on TikTok, DirtyTopo444. And Mothra the Mystic is on there too. And she's going to be coming on here. She's going to be doing her thing on her channel soon and stuff, you know. And so now, you know, I'm just kind of like telling you what's going on in our lives. And like, you know, I don't want to tell you too much, you know. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you every damn thing that's going on. Of course, like I have a private life. But at the same time, like, you know, these things are important. And these things are going to help people, and like that's my role, and I accept it. So I love you guys. See ya.